In this video, I'm going to break down three things. Number one, why anxiety isn't going away. Number two, what's really causing it at the root. And three, why traditional talk therapy isn't working like we had hoped, all right? And ultimately, by the end of this video, this is all about teaching you how to heal anxiety with a simple three-step process without ever having to go back to therapy again, all right? Plus, if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you how to download a free anxiety toolkit that I created so you can start healing from home. Cool? So if that sounds good to you, let's dive in. If you ask any person in the world right now, what do you want for yourself or the people you love? What are they going to tell you? They just want to be happy. We want to feel good. We want to find ourselves. We want to fulfill our purpose in life, right? But why is it feel like no matter how hard you try or how many positive thoughts, something inside of you keeps taking you back and making you feel like you're being held hostage? It's literally like this glass ceiling that you just can't seem to break. Here's what I found over the last 10 years of research. Every single thought we think holds an intense energetic charge or a vibration. Nikola Tesla and Einstein, they proved all this. Basically, it goes like this. On the vibrational scale, vibrations like love and peace and abundance are literally faster or higher vibrations. But the opposite is true. The feelings of anxiety, the fear, the depression, shame are all low, slow vibrational waves that literally make us feel heavy and hold us hostage. Here's kind of how this works. The thoughts that we think send an electrical magnetic signal into the world around us. And this is basically doing two things. It's either looping in your mind, attracting the shit that you want, or attracting the shit that you don't want. But here's the kicker. It's not just your thoughts. It's actually the feelings in your body that are being broadcasted into the field. But how? How does that even work, Yeski? Well, there's a book called The Body Keeps Score. This breaks down literally the science, and it proves that unprocessed emotions are literally getting stuck in the fascia of our body. And if you don't believe me, and it sounds too woo-woo, ask any massage therapist if they've ever hit a spot on someone that triggered an emotional outburst. Somebody started crying, somebody got fucking angry. The answer is yes. Like thousands of people speak about this phenomena. And why? Well, it's because the body actually keeps score. And I call this concept the anatomy of trapped trauma. Trauma does not mean just abuse or something horrible that happened to you as a kid. In fact, a lot of us had great childhoods. So initially we think we don't have any trapped traumas affecting us, right? We just think, oh, it's just in our mind. We need to take control of our thoughts. But that's not what the research actually proves. A trapped trauma is literally any type of experience that was emotionally or intense or shocking to you in your past that didn't get processed fully. This could be anything from intense pressure at work. It could be a time where you were broke and you were stressing the fuck out. It could be something someone said that kind of cut you like a knife. It could also be the actual silence of a parent at a time you needed support most. Or for me, it was the death of a loved one. It was my dad. And the problem is, it's that whole stop crying, rub some dirt on it shit that fucked us up as kids. And here's the sad truth. Because we didn't fully process the trapped traumas, that energy got trapped in our body, and it's the actual root of what's causing the low vibrational frequency and the fruit of anxiety in our minds. Listen, if there's one thing I want you to get, it's this. If you don't heal the root, the shit will never go away. So how do we get them out? Well, basically what I found is there's three simple phases that a trapped trauma must go through in order to be fully released. So write these down. First, we need to make sense in the mind. Talk therapy does an incredible job at identifying where our problems come from. But if you talk about it and you never actually go to step number two, which is to sensate in the body, that trapped trauma that's pulling you down in the hostage state, you guessed it, it gets relieved, but it never gets fully released. Does that make sense? In step number two, you gotta feel it fully, and this is called sensate in the body. Things like somatic breath work is one of the top processes on the planet that can help us fully feel this shit and release it. But if you don't actually get to the third level, the trapped traumas, some of them will go away, but the deeper ones will never actually fully release. And that's why we gotta get to the last and final step, which is to satiate the soul. In other words, this means you need to learn how to rewrite the codes in the mind by giving your younger version of yourself what it never got. Psychedelic therapy like ayahuasca, ketamine, mushrooms have proven to be one of the most effective ways to do this according to Johns Hopkins University and personal experience over here, all right? But if you blast out of your body and you never fully actually integrate integrate the teachings, you're gonna feel better for a few weeks, even months, and then guess what's gonna happen? All those trapped traumas that never fully released are gonna slowly pull you back down to what? That hostage state, right back to where you started. I can hear some of you probably thinking, Yeski, I've done all that. Like, why am I still stuck? Well, here's the biggest secret. It's a lot like whack-a-mole at Chuck E. Cheese. It basically goes like this. This is everything I learned in 10 years right here. You ready? Whack the mind. You do this with talk therapy, but you don't actually feel it fully in your body or satiate your soul. Trapped trauma doesn't fully release. Thus, you go back on that cycle over and over and over, pulling you back to the hostage state. Let's go to the second one. Whack the mole with somatic breath work for the body to feel it. But if you don't actually integrate this shit in your mind, or if you don't have a practitioner who really knows what the fuck's going on to get you to that full soul and satiation release, that trapped trauma is going to stay stuck again. Listen, you can go to all of the plant medicine ceremonies you want. You can do bufo, you can do ketamine, you can do ayahuasca, mushrooms, all of it. Truth be told, if you don't integrate that shit, you're just spiritually bypassing your pain and you're never going to be fully free. So how do we fix this? Well, I thought you'd never ask. Basically, the secret in 10 years of research is this. You've got to hit all 3 phases simultaneously in a session to fully release the trapped trauma and rewire the brain for good. Put this 3-step process together, you can see why the other stuff probably hasn't been sticking for you. This is the secret, or at least it's my secret, to healing our minds for good. And that's exactly what we teach people at our 48-hour retreat. I'm sure you're a busy person like me, so I'm just gonna spare you the sensational pitch. In short, in 48 hours at a live retreat, I teach people a proven 3-step process, and it combines the world's most ancient spiritual practices with modern results-based coaching, and it's backed by neuroscience, 10 years of trial and error, and 100+ testimonials from people all over the world to prove it's legit. And the cool thing is, you can literally learn the entire process in 1 weekend and be back for work on Monday. So here's the deal. If you are sick of letting this shit kick your ass and you want to learn how to stop anxiety or heal the pain of your past for good, and you want to do it fast, I want you to book a call to get all the details for our next retreat. And by the way, we only do 3 of these retreats a year, so spots fill up super fast. So if you're thinking about coming, consider booking a call before we sell out. If that sounds good to you and you're up for it, all you gotta do is click the link, fill out the form, find a time on my calendar for us to chat, and you'll be speaking to me directly. I'll share all the details, dates, and investment for you to see if it's a right fit. And also, anybody who signs up for this call actually gets access to my free Anatomy of Anxiety toolkit on School, so you can actually start healing at home before the retreat, which is pretty cool. So really, what do you have to lose? Absolute worst case scenario, you show up, it's not a fit, and you get to keep all my free stuff. Or best case scenario, this ends up being exactly what you were looking for, and you heal your shit for good, which is pretty cool. Let me close out with this. Remember, suffering is optional. Now that you know that healing yourself is literally just 1 step away, ball's in your court. Book a call, and I promise you will not regret it. And if you're still not convinced, watch the testimonials, and I'll see you in the call, all right? We'll talk soon.
I want to give a shout out to Yeski.
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 Like, this shit fucking works, guys.
I have never felt a happiness like I felt during and after the retreat.
I awakened to the truth.
I was able to find freedom and peace.
I feel my heartbeat. I feel the breeze and the beautiful sun. Like, I really feel it.
Hi, my name is D Smoke.
Am I wrong for putting this on? You would if you could.
And I just finished the remembrance process with Yeski.
All I can say is Yeski's freaking awesome.
Give yourself this treat, give yourself this gift, you will not regret it.
Your life will be changed.
Go. You will get a phenomenal experience, a phenomenal value from it.
You're watching this video, trust your intuition, go for it.
Just say yes and do it.
Do it. Just do it.
Do the remembrance process. Allow your heart to lead you.
Like I said, have 0 regrets. Highly recommend. It will change your life.
Do it. No questions asked. Say yes now.